Back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. The numbers for Walker last week: 18 carries, 62 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm with the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. This offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season. Sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, but something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. Throwing is Hurts. Flush to his right. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. They'll try to run with Swift. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. You know, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Throwing now is Geno. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Nakobe Dean in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Returnable here from the 38. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
Absolutely.
A beautiful spin and room to run. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Hurts will throw. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. So their second touchdown of this first half. They went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think, if they missed it here, only up 12-0. 1 extra point on the other side could ultimately beat you if they score twice.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. Now this defense for the Eagles, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Now Geno on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there. And now it's 2nd down. If you look at this Eagle defense, it's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong...
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. DeAndre Swift and the Eagles back out there. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
On 1st down, Hurts steps away. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 54 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from a yard out. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. They'll look to throw. It's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So the 2-point conversion trend continues, at least as far as trying those goes. They've attempted them after all 3 touchdowns, CD, and converted now 2 of them.
They're not just dipping their toe in the water, are they? I mean, they're committed to going for 2 points, and 2 out of 3, now with a 22-0 lead. In a sense, they're a little bit ahead of the curve, because normally it would be 21, wouldn't it?
And with the way their defense is playing, I don't know if it matters if they do convert any of these. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Play action. It's Smith. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Zach Cunningham buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
At the 16-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Being chased out left. This short throw caught by Goddard. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important 1st sack if they do want to turn things around.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Here's Hurts to throw. Steps away to his left. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he comes back with one complete. And the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. Swift is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal on the Seahawks 3-yard
Penny
line.
fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. They'll run with Swift. And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter. They're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams. These are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Straight ahead, Walker. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And Walker once more. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Now that run good for 7 yards, and that'll do it for the first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Breaks a tackle. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. A big play there for Philly. 46 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first-half lead. They'll try to run with Swift. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Yeah, boy, here's a sight you don't want to see. Ken Walker injured on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A good pickup there, a 22. Now Geno. And complete to Smith and Jigba. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Back to throw, Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to claw one back. Myers connects on the PAT. And they get a bit of a respite here for what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. On the return, Boston Scott. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's good for 28 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They go play action with Hurts. Again, that's Watkins. Powering his way forward. A big play there for Philly. 44 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere your...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Jalen Hurts with another touchdown rushing. 13 touchdowns, led all quarterbacks last year on the ground. No one else had more than 8. And, of course, we all remember the 3-touchdown game in the Super Bowl. So called running plays or scrambles, Jalen Hurts is dangerous. Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. He'll take it at the 42. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Play action. Here's Hurts. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. DeAndre Swift with career touchdown number 70. And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen, but just had 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it in practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries, but the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And he floats one there, incomplete.
No receivers open, so he was forced to put that one into Puget Sound. That's a great job defensively blanketing those receivers, and ultimately, a smart idea by him just to get the ball out of there.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just 1 more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Zach Cunningham. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Hey, let's go.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Dancing to his left. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Here's a toss play right to Swift. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. One more time with Swift. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there, with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Eagles just continue to roll. Hurts will throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
19 yards there on the kick.
Good for a Seattle Seahawks.
On first down, Smith. And his pass incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. To the sideline and incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Again, Smith.